What a beautiful thought I am thinking concerning a great speckled bird.
We put this exhibit together for the 40th anniversary of the Great Speckled Bird, which is a newspaper that began in 1968. So most of this right here is an exhibit we put together for that event to celebrate the anniversary, and the exhibit was primarily put together by Steve Wise, myself, and Linda Howard, with a lot of help from Tom Coffin in terms of photography. And this room right here, we had to shift a little bit from the exhibit, but this room right here, primarily the first part right here is the timeline. We call this the Cliff Notes of the exhibit because it gives people an overview of the years of the paper. So it starts in 1968, and there's the first, this is the first issue, and this is the first issue. It explains the name, and then it goes on to kind of trying to pick up the highlights of each year to the demonstrations and music and hippies, and then the move of the bird all the way over to 1976, and then we once again started the bird in 84, 85. So that's what this section is about. So if you don't know anything about the time or anything about the bird, you can go through this real quickly and get an overview. The rest of this room is basically what we call harassment. We tried to organize this exhibit just focusing on the harassment that we received when we were putting out the paper. And it started real early when we lost our printer, and we had a hard time keeping any location. We were moved around because we were urban renewed, and also the landlords wanted us out. And then we were firebombed in 72. And then we had a lot of the other kind of harassment we had was with the post office. They held our papers back because we had abortion ads. And of course all of our street sellers, we had an incredible fight with the city trying to get our papers sold on the street, and we had to go into court. And then I guess the other issue was the language in the paper, that we were charged with obscenity. So these are all articles, basically kind of general articles about the kind of harassment that we received ever since the beginning of the paper to the end. And this one cover right here shows perhaps the most severe blow to the bird, and that's when we were firebombed. That's when we were over in Westminster off of Piedmont, and firebombed in the middle of the early morning. Never found out who did it. And we lost some minutes and birds and some equipment, but the biggest thing was that it was very difficult for us to find another place to put out the paper because we were firebombed, so therefore it was hard for landlords to give us a spot to do the paper.